Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marianne. I talk about Chinese history, language, culture, and lifestyle. If you're interested in these topics, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload new videos every week. Okay, let's get started. In the last two videos, we've covered 10 Chinese movies to better understand ancient China. From this week, we will move on to the films that represent modern China. From 1960s, China went through big social changes, and people's mentality changed as well. I hope the films on my list can be a reflection of these changes, so that you can better understand modern China and its culture. By the way, feel free to leave your comments down below to tell me what films you already watched and what you think of them. As usual, I will give you the general ratings as well as my Mandarin learning ratings. Number 1. Eat, Drink, Man, Woman 饮食男女 The first Chinese film on the list is A Real Feast for the Eyes. This is an early Ang Lee film in 1994. It follows the lives of the Zhu family, who navigate complex changes that come with the interactions about love, family, tradition, and life. Mr. Zhu is a great chef with top skills of Chinese cuisine. His wife died early and he raised 3 daughters by himself. As most Chinese fathers, he doesn't know how to communicate with his daughters, but he put all his love and care into cooking family dinners. His daughters are exploring and finding love in their lives too. Gradually, they come to understand their father more and want to take better care of him. In return, Mr. Zhu starts to feel closer to them too. As part of Ang Lee's Father Knows Best trilogy, this film concentrates on the unique Chinese father-daughter relationships. With all the mouth-watering cooking scenes, he conveys a message that in a family, maybe not everyone is communicating in the right way, but they will always care for each other through little actions. The other 2 movies of the trilogy, Pushing Hands and The Wedding Banquet, are really good too. Highly recommend you to check them out. IMDb gave it 7.8 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes rated 88%, and my Mandarin learning rating is 9.5 out of 10. Since the story is based in Taiwan, the main language of the film is Mandarin Chinese with Taiwanese accent. The script consists a lot of everyday conversations, so this movie is a great Mandarin learning material. Number 2. In the Heat of the Sun 阳光灿烂的日子 Jiang Wen is a brilliant director who we've mentioned in last week's video. His movie Let the Bullets Fly is one of my all-time favorites. Today we're looking at an early movie he made. This film is set in the early 1970s Beijing during the Cultural Revolution. It's told from the perspective of Ma Xiaojun, nicknamed Monkey, who was a teenage boy at that time. Monkey and his friends are free to roam the streets of Beijing day and night. Because the Cultural Revolution has caused their parents and most adults to be either busy or away, and the school system was not functional at all. During the summer, when they're even more free, Monkey hung out with his friends, evolved in a group fight, and had a huge crush on an older girl, Milan. His memories were sometimes distorted and entangled with his exaggerations and imaginations. Typical teenage boys, right? Even though the story is set in a special historical period, the film doesn't take any political point of views, but rather celebrates human fallibilities and imperfections without assuming a moral high ground. Friendships, love, families, and loss. It's a unique coming-of-age story. The extremely warm lighting reflects the title In the Heat of the Sun. It also gives the story a bit nostalgic feeling. IMDb rated 8.1 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 87%, and my Mandarin learning rating is 9.5 out of 10. This movie really takes me back home. It shows so well the childhood and teenagehood of my parents' generation. In terms of language learning, it's a wonderful Mandarin Chinese material, especially for its mix of Beijing slangs. Number 3. Big Shot's Funeral 大腕 The next one on the list is a super iconic Chinese comedy by Feng Xiaogang. A world-renowned American director, Don Tyler, is shooting a remake of The Last Emperor in Forbidden City. His assistant, Lucy, hired a Beijing cameraman, Yo-Yo, to shoot a making-of documentary, but with many difficulties and pressure, Tyler fell into a coma. Right before he passed out, he asked Yo-Yo to give him a comedy funeral. And that's how Yo-Yo is officially allowed to plan Tyler's funeral. And he ended up trying to fit as many brand sponsorships as possible. This Chinese film is considered a classic black comedy because it pointed out a social phenomenon that still exists even right now. When there's an audience, there's money to be made, since people's attention has great economic value. The media will always try to attract your attention and convince you to spend money, no matter it's moral or not. The acting of Ge You and Ying Da also adds another layer of humor. For this movie, IMDb rated 8.7 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes only rated 20%, and my Mandarin learning rating is 9 out of 10. I'm sure you will enjoy the humorous language as well as this film's style. Number 4. A World Without Thieves, 天下无贼, another Chinese action film directed by Feng Xiaogang. The plot is centered on a naive village boy who does not believe the existence of thieves. Returning home on board of a train with all his savings, he soon became the target of many thieves. He's carrying more than $8,000 worth of money in his bag, but he's innocent or stupid enough to brag about it loudly. This has attracted the attention of Wang Bo and Wang Li, who are lovers as well as highly skilled professional thieves. Wang Bo wants to steal the money as the last hit to end their career. But Wang Li is pregnant with their child and moved by the village boy's innocence. She decided to protect the boy instead. This film explores the theme of the fundamental human goodness and also addresses humorously of the issue of thievery on public transport in mainland China. But obviously, that was before we had high-speed rails, because Andy Lau was still able to show off his action skills in an epic train fight. Apart from Andy Lau, the actors also include Rene Liu, Ge You, Li Bingbing, and Wang Baoqiang. IMDb rated 7.2 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 83%, and my Mandarin learning rating is 9 out of 10. The script is very modern and conversational. Sometimes the actors might have some accents, but it won't affect your understanding of the plot in general. Number 5. If You Are the One, 非诚勿扰. Some of my Instagram followers are asking me if I will make a video on dating in China. By the way, if you're also interested, please type dating in the comment. Today's last Chinese film will give you a sneak peek into the dating life of a 40-ish multimillionaire, Qin Fen. After gaining his fortune overseas, he returned to China and decided to end his single life. So he put an ad online looking for potential marriage partners. The ad says to apply if you are the one, that is to say only if the woman is sincere. He encounters various candidates: a homosexual former workmate, a cemetery saleswoman, an ethnic minority packing hand, and a sexual widow, an expectant single mom, and a stock trader. Eventually, he crosses paths with an air stewardess, Liang Xiaoxiao, who previously had a painful love affair with a married man. During a trip to a Japanese island, their friendship blossoms into true love. With the famous comedy actor Ge You playing Qin Fen, this film is no doubt an ironic observational comedy of Chinese society. From the angle of online dating, we can see what kind of relationships modern Chinese women want. IMDb rated 6.8 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes rated 82%, and my Mandarin learning rating is 9 out of 10. Same as other movies of Ge You, the modern conversations of Mandarin Chinese contain a lot of humor elements. You should definitely watch it again and again. Voila! Here are the first 5 Chinese films to better understand modern China. Which one have you watched or you want to watch? Tell me in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people will see my videos. And follow me on Instagram if you want more contents about Chinese culture and ancient Chinese proverbs. If you like my way of presenting Chinese culture, I'm sure you will also enjoy these 2 videos right here. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week with another 5 Chinese movies.